So this episode, it feels weird now because we're not live, and I got used to being live.
Yeah.
So I'm in the valley right now, here with our first guest in a while. Our first guest since, I think Israel. That was
What?
the last. What?
He was our last guest. That
I
was a while back.
yeah, I think I think he was. It was him or Julian. I don't remember which one was last. Might have been Julian. But yeah, that was a while ago because that was probably in January,
Yeah.
and we haven't had anyone since then. But I guess before all that, now I'm here in the valley. I moved back. It was all very sudden. I wasn't expecting to. So now, yeah, we didn't upload last week. That's how I was moving and stuff. So now got to figure out how to make it work. But we're finally gonna be able to record with Rudie Lynn, who we've been trying to record with for a while now. You hear that?
Thank you for having me. I don't know what to say.
No, you hear that engine? You hear that engine going?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Slow down, man.
I'm almost. He said we got an engine.
He's still. Did you ever go to Matt's place?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, you never went to
The
one.
one in Kyle or where?
Yeah, he lives in Kyle.
Yeah. No, I don't think I ever went to his house. I was never invited. No, just kidding.
How come you never invited Rudie into those parties, man?
It was usually
Rudie Lynn,
just
you never been?
dudes, right?
I thought you've been like once at least.
I don't think so.
No?
I think you invited you. Maybe you did invite me once. I just didn't go.
Oh, because that place, that time that you did go, you blacked out. That's why you don't remember.
No, I didn't. I was like, what? I blacked out, but like in San Marcos, I don't think I have.
Dang.
All your years.
I hardly partied in San Marcos, and that's because it's supposed to be the party school, quote unquote.
You were mature by then, right?
No, it wasn't that. It was I just wanted to graduate already, so I had to stay focused.
Or because you were in school for 10 years already.
Not 10 years, not the buses. No, it was like 7 years after. But between two schools, so you can't really like blame me. Nobody ever told me that college was a 4-year thing. I didn't know. I thought it was like all at your own pace. Nobody even told me anything about scholarships either. Like I didn't even sign up for scholarships when I graduated high school. I could have, but I don't know.
You went to Zapata High School?
Yeah. But like nobody told me like, oh, like your family, you're gonna need assistance or something, so sign up for this scholarship. My parents made quote unquote too much, so I really didn't receive any financial aid.
You went to UTPA right out of high school?
Yeah.
So then you moved?
Yeah, I moved from Zapata to Edinburgh. I went to UTPA from 2010, fall 2010 to spring 2014. And in the summer is when I moved to San Marcos.
In the summer of 2014?
Mm-hmm. By that time, I had already auditioned for Mariachi and gotten accepted to Texas State and everything.
So you're 2014 to
2017.
Yeah, Matt and I got there in the fall of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So after your first year.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Rudie. Man, have you ever seen it?
No. I still haven't seen that movie.
Haven't.
No.
Matt would always, every time he'd see Rudie, he'd start chanting, Rudie.
Yeah.
Rudie.
You and like half the population.
It's
And I
a very
still haven't watched
it's a
it.
very
I
inspiring movie.
refuse. That freaking chant haunts me. All my childhood, dude.
A very inspiring movie.
And I'd be like, it's Rudie Lynn, because my dad would make me tell people that it's Rudie Lynn, not Rudy. But
So then you graduated 2010,
yeah.
and did you live in Zapata your whole life?
Yes.
Is that fun?
Yes, I had many good years, mariachi years there.
Back when Zapata was up there.
At the time, yeah. We got to tour with Vargas. We got to go to Oregon, open up for them over there, all over the state, here in Texas.
Who were the directors?
At the time, it was Mr. Adrian Padilla, who is now the director at Juarez Lincoln High School, and Oscar Martinez, who is the current director now.
What did they do with it? What did where did they learn mariachi?
Where did they learn mariachi?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Mr. Martinez, but as far as I know from Mr. Padilla, he's from Alice, I think, or from here, from Mission, Alice, the Valley. But he had been playing with groups when he was in Alice, when he was in his younger years, as far as I know. But I know that he knows a lot of people in mariachi world. A lot of the people that we look up to growing up, he has played with before or is friends with them, stuff like that.
I mean, in 2010, Roma and Rio were still around and good.
Yeah.
Were y'all just that much better?
In 2010, we were not better than Roma and Rio Grande.
Oh,
So our winning streak, I think it ended when class of 2008 left, when they graduated. So that was the last class that was there that we had a winning streak with Vargas and stuff. That was our last first place at Vargas, if anything, or like at Albuquerque.
And you were playing with those groups?
Mm-hmm. With the one in Zapata, yeah, at that time. I was a freshman and sophomore year was whenever.
Did you have that big Rudie Lynn voice back then? Or
No, I did not.
were you weren't a singer?
I was a singer, but I did not have the voice that I have now. Definitely not.
Where'd you get that voice?
Miss Quintero.
Okay.
I give all my props to her for sure, because she's the one that expanded my range the most out of whatever other applied voice teacher that I had, like here in the Valley. I only had one. He ended up getting fired like the following semester, and our private lesson turned into a class, a voice lesson class with a certain person, a certain director, Christopher Munn. He was the choir director at the time. So it was kind of hard having that one-on-one with him. And during that time was when I was like fluctuating between like, am I going to stay in music? Am I going to go into something else? Maybe this is too hard for me. Because it was like, I was struggling a lot in the beginning. And when I was reached out to by Victor Figueroa, he's the one that reached out to me about Texas State having the mariachi, the Latin music studies program and all that. At that time, I wasn't even doing music anymore in school. I changed my major to a general studies. So, yeah, I just wanted to just finish, just get it over with. Because college for me was just like, it was a big roller coaster for sure. Lots of things happen in life and things that you can't control. But, like I said, nobody ever told me that there was like a time stamp on it, I guess you could say.
No, take all the time you want.
Yeah.
6 years.
Things happen. It's a little unrealistic in a sense because, life happens. Things happen in between. And you don't have to be 21 years old and already have your bachelor's, or 20 years old and already have your bachelor's. You don't. Just as long as, you retain all the information that you learned, if anything.
So what were those, the first, you said, so your 4 years at UTPA, you played with Aslan?
I played with Juvenil Aslan, and I didn't play with them that long because, again, like I had changed majors and stuff. I had been going, we had to work. I had to work, go to school, and then to be, juggling a side group también, And aparte de eso, the school group, a lot was going on. So eventually I got out. So I spent about 1.5 years with them. And then I was just doing talon, like, outside groups and stuff at that time. Me and my sister had a female group. And then after that was whenever I changed, I think like probably my sophomore year, junior year. Or no, like my second year. At the end of my second year is when I changed my major. And then what kept me connected to music was directing you know how Glee was like very popular back in the day?
Yeah.
So I directed a student organization show choir. So that's what was like keeping me, in the music scene, I guess you could say.
What did y'all do?
Was we would have a live band and we'd put on shows, different themes every concert. We had a Disney themed concert. We had Christmas themed. We had retro themed, songs from the 60s, 50s and beyond, just little things like that, little projects, I guess you could say, that I was a part of just to keep me active in music. But then, yeah, once I went to Texas State is when it was just a todo lo que da mariachi. I'm glad that it happened that way.
Yeah. So how did that the audition? You had to audition for Texas State School of Music, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did a voice.
Yes.
What was that? What was that like? Your process, your audition.
What was the process?
What was it like going through that the audition?
It was basically the same way that I did it at Pan Am. They just make sure that you can match pitch, match rhythm, that you can sight read, singing, and I think and just one piece, if anything, to sing for them.
I remember reading. This is when I was first going to Texas State, reading in like what it was like to audition voice at Texas State. And it was like, yeah, your sight reading, classical piece, and then randomly you said, sing Happy Birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to sing Happy Birthday?
I don't remember if I did or not. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time. I can barely remember what I did like 3 days ago. No, but I don't know. I think maybe they did ask us to do that. Just a little snippet, just to see if like what your tone is like, if anything.
Yeah, that's fun though. Very funny. But then you got to Texas State, so 2014.
Yeah.
The fall. And I remember that group. We've talked about that group a lot. that specific.
2014?
Yeah.
Oh,
That fall 2014 group a lot on here on the podcast. And Matt and I. That's when y'all did A Mi Tierra.
Mm-hmm.
And then some the Pupurri
Popurrí de Gallos.
Pupurri de Gallos.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Texas State brought back.
Yeah.
Actually, I played.
Yeah.
I played when they brought him back. Did it in Albuquerque.
It was weird because like how Marcos had written it, it was all the same arrangement, right? But the order of the songs were like the way that Mr. Lopez arranged that order of the songs in that popurrí. He kind of like, I don't know, like he moved them around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he did the same thing with you guys, that when y'all played it again, if he kept it like that or if he kept it the way that Marcos had it or what.
Matt, do you remember?
He kept like most of it the same. The only thing he really changed were solos.
Oh, okay.
Like he added a whole armonía solo and then changed up the trumpet solo. And that's pretty much all that was different. But Rudie Lynn, you talk about like it was brought up the 2014 show that y'all did for Vargas. And obviously I think you've heard us play it, or I don't know if you have heard us play it.
I think I had heard it whenever y'all did it. Did y'all do it in Albuquerque or something?
2018.
Right? Yeah.
Albuquerque, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
If you have me personally, I feel like the chemistry that you guys had with that show was like really awesome. But could you talk about like I don't know, some of that chemistry that y'all maybe had playing wise as a group that year, if any.
Dude, you had 9 violins.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
And we spent a lot of time together. That's for sure.
I mean, y'all had a really good group that year. I know.
Yeah. We had a lot of sectionals, even sectionals on our own, like aside from like working with a professor or anything like that. We had them like at Julian's house or something. And
That's funny.
that's the Julian that I was talking about.
But there's 9 violins.
Oh.
There's 8 girls.
Yeah.
And then Julian.
Yeah, and then Julian. Yeah.
Yeah, Julian.
Julian's awesome. He actually helped me a lot with my playing too. Him and Mr. Guzman improved my playing because my vibrato on violin was like self-taught vibrato. So I was just shaking my finger like this, like instead of, what you're actually, it's like a knocking on the wall kind of deal. But yeah, those are other people that have really helped me a lot with my performance, I guess you could say.
And y'all were always practicing?
Yeah, we were always practicing for sure. If not, I was practicing at home también, like all the way. I'd get home probably like at 10 p.m. and I'd still practice at home.
Was that a big shift, do you think? A big change from playing in a juvenil and then at Texas State?
Yeah, definitely. Because in juvenil, it was, I still had my friends there, but we didn't really have it's just like at the time, juvenil was not, I don't want to say the word catered to, but it was like, if they can't make it, they'll go. You know what I mean? Like if Aslan can't make it, juvenil will go. Like we didn't even have trajes. So that just to say,
Yeah, because the juvenil now is not what.
No, it's not what it was before. Yeah, definitely not. I think the caliber of musicianship and talent is both the same in both groups, I think. Definitely, I just know that, like, for them, I'm pretty sure it's just like there's too many of us, so we got to split it in half, if anything, But back then, like, when I was in it, it was about the same también, pero no más. At the time, Aslan was the top group, right? And it was the most recognized group. Juvenil were the ones that were, like, eventually going to get in Aslan. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, freshman or JV or whatever you could say. Mm-hmm. But talent-wise, everyone was pretty much the same, I would say. It was just opportunities, I guess, or how do you say, not taking care of it either. Because I don't want to be like mean about it tampoco, pero if we're going to be real, pues that goes enough to show you we didn't have trajes. We had to be wearing the hand-me-down avocado green and the pink, and the girls had to wear pink and the guys wear green. So we looked like Starburst on stage.
You're a mixture in trajes.
Yeah, it was that one year that I was with them. And then like the following year, that like half of that following year was when I was just like, no sé.
You know, they're saying that.
I stopped going to class and I still got an A. Pancho still gave me an A.
Yeah, Pancho.
He's a real one.
You see, Lopez would have failed you.
Yeah, Lopez would have failed me for sure. But as far as comparing the two, yeah, the experience and just la confianza con todos, that takes a lot to build the confidence with other people and with the people that you work with, that you're, because at the end of the day, y'all are a team and it's a group effort. And yeah, they definitely had more confidence with the people at Texas State.
With the 9 violin players where everybody could pretty much keep up. Mm-hmm. It was 9 solid players. Mm-hmm. What did you sing for that show?
I sang
Pelea de Gallos.
Pelea de Gallos.
Oh, yeah.
Just that little snippet.
Yeah, you sang Pelea de Gallos.
And then we did. The following year we did Carventea, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that. Who's the one? I think you're the one who said, or Alicia was that I feel so butch singing this song. It was either you or Alicia, I remember.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, True. We had no male singers the next year.
No.
They didn't give some. They never gave someone
we
anything.
did, but I mean, I don't know what it was. I guess you three, Alondra, you and Alicia. I guess Samantha too, right?
Tripod.
Were the ones that had, yeah. Y'all were the ones that sang the show, pretty much. There were no male singers. I mean, we had Joe Frank, but
Yeah, plus you had to play guitarrón.
they're not. Yeah,
They're
they're not gonna stick a mic back there.
Yeah.
You would always tell Lopez, I can sing and play.
Yeah.
It's like that.
No, and
But Rudie Lynn
could have. That's awesome.
But Rudie Lynn, could you like kind of explain how that changed from going from 2014 having all those players like that group was stacked, and then switching to losing almost half the group and having all these freshmen like come in,
You mean
which was that next year.
The
That's
following
when me
year?
and Alexis came in. Yeah,
Was it when Samuel también or no?
Samuel, Samantha.
When we had only 4 violins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah, 4 violins.
And we had to beg two to come play with us for Vargas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. The
Yeah.
transition was obviously shitty. Like, it was... I mean, it's something that... It's a challenge that we all had to take, as a group.
Yeah.
Like, definitely one of those life lessons, I guess you could say, that you can look back on and kind of reevaluate it and think about, well, what would I have done different, or what could have made it better? But yeah, like during that time, because we were all freaking out, obviously. Like, we didn't have the section like that we used to have. Like, we're like, oh shit, how are we gonna pull this off? Like, you're one wrong note and you're gonna know who it was. Like, pretty much.
Yeah.
I remember Lopez what I heard is they were expecting to have 2 groups that semester. And we barely got that one. But yeah, we played. We did that 15 de septiembre show.
When you sang, I remember.
Yeah.
The Univision. I still have that lady on Facebook. The lady that we accompanied.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was her?
She was-
Yeah.
What's her
I
name?
didn't know
She
that
was
she
good.
was in any way related, or not related, like cousins or whatever, but that she was like connected to Jenny Rivera. I didn't know.
What was her
Oh,
name?
really?
Cristina Eustace.
Oh, that's it. Because remember, Matt,
I still follow her. I watch her live and stuff when she's doing her makeup and everything. And I'm there doing my makeup too.
we were trying to we were talking about that a few weeks ago, and we couldn't remember the name of the artist we accompanied.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, she's pretty legit. I was like, oh wow, I had never heard about you in my life. And then I go and I'm following her and I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember that was my introduction to like college mariachi, and then going to Texas
Yeah.
State. And luckily for me, I had to learn music theory, but like pretty high level. Like the music theory that I learned up to would probably be like theory 2 or 3 of college in high school, because I took AP music theory, and my theory teacher actually taught us. I almost failed that class. But so because of that, I was able to understand keys and transposing. And I remember we get there and she's like, or the week of, we kept changing the keys to the songs. And I'm like, what the fuck? I remember in high school, there's no way we're changing keys for anything.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the music. That's how you do it. Figure out whoever's going to sing it. But then here it's just like, yeah, we're just going to change keys, or when Joe Frank didn't show up.
Yeah.
We had to apologize to the whole class. Oh man, we gotta get Joe Frank on here.
Yeah. You should. Said he went all the way to California, Metalachi, all that stuff, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, that would be a fun.
That would be a really good interview for y'all. Not like mine. I'm all like,
Nah, but this is you're Rudie Lynn.
no.
You got the
Rudie.
voice.
Oh God.
Rude.
How was your vegan burger, Matt?
How'd you finish it?
I haven't eaten it yet.
You're
Sorry.
just staring at it.
No, it's all right.
Just put yourself on mute and Just eat it.
Nah.
So we won't hear the ASMR when you're chewing.
Oh yeah, mukbangs and shit.
I was talking to a friend about that exact thing earlier today. I'm like, hey, do you find people eating like soothing? He was like, no. He was like, I find certain sounds soothing. I'm like, people eating it just sounds so annoying.
It's disgusting. Una vaca mascando ahí. No, I can't deal with that.
Hey, Matt got his braces off. You see that?
I saw. How long ago?
Oh yeah, like a year and a half, I think,
Oh, okay.
or almost 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's been a while since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that they've moved already. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
mine definitely have.
You're not using a retainer, Matt?
I think I lost it.
Yeah. Those are really easy to lose for sure.
Oh, this cute. But then, so 2014, that show, what were y'all like scrambling at the end, changing things? And because I know we would always do
In
that.
2014,
Yeah.
we're doing it every year, if anything.
Yeah, like always
We're
changing things to
last minute. Yeah, last minute decisions at the end. Yeah, the week of. Yeah, definitely.
God,
That's Lopez for you.
It was like, you know what?
Hey, but it came out good. I mean,
Y'all won. Yeah.
yeah. It's like I like his method, I guess you could say. It's like learn the music first, and then we're gonna tweak.
Yeah.
Get your music, already embedded in your head and everything, stylistically, todo eso, and then we'll tweak at the end.
Who wrote that?
Some people.
Which one?
The 2014.
The Poporri de Gallos was Marcos Garcia. And A Mi Tierra, I don't remember if he got it from NT directly or a transcription from someone.
What were you saying, Matt?
Oh, I was gonna ask. So like, obviously, all those changes make things a little more difficult. Would you say that it would be hard to be a part of anything else, like at Texas State, if you're a mariachi? Like, does it take up a lot of your time?
It definitely
Maybe being a
did.
mariachi.
Yeah, especially when I was expected to also be working. But it's like, it's one or the other. For me, it was one or the other. Either I'm going to work or I'm going to go to school full time,
Yeah.
and get my shit done. But being mariachi, I mean, I wouldn't regret it either tampoco, because I loved it. Like, I love it to this day. I still do it to this day, and it's something that's always going to be a part of me. And it's worth it for me, I guess you could say, because I feel like that's probably the only thing I'm good at, like, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not so much that I'm aspiring for it to take me far and make me famous or whatever like that, but it's just something like, it becomes like your haven and stuff. So I did find myself in situations where I was getting home like at midnight from practice or just from school, period, like going to school at 8 a.m. or before 8, getting there by 8 and then getting home at midnight the same day,
Yeah.
So yeah, in a certain sense, obviously, like, you just got to learn how to manage your time and prioritize.
Yeah. Because I remember the same thing for me. I actually signed up for the baseball club there my freshman year. And then halfway through, like, that little season or whatever, I realized, like, hey, I can't do this because mariachi, like, it takes up so much of your time. Like, there's really not much time for anything.
Yeah.
But
as a music student, there's not much time for anything at all. Not even a job to help you stay there.
I've seen that. I mean, I'd hang out a lot at the music building and I know a lot of music people. See, in engineering, we're very busy, but that's because we had a lot of like semester-long, very intensive projects that required a lot of time, but it was also a lot of our time. And in music, what I've seen is you're scheduled for multiple classes, like multiple 1 hour classes. So you like have to be there in person or practicing or whatever. Mm-hmm. Engineering, we could kind of plan it around our own time. Mm-hmm. But for music, you would have to be there the whole time. And yeah, it'll take up a lot more.
Yeah.
Why would you do music? Why?
Like I said, it was the only thing I'm good at.
You do mass comm.
No, I know. No, like I mean, even like being almost 30 years old now and reevaluating, I sometimes do wish like I would have gone into something else. But then again, I remember if I wouldn't have done music, like I wouldn't have had the experiences that I had in life. You know, I wouldn't have learned, you know, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I had for myself, you know, and to kind of build me up as a musician and just as a person in general. So I don't regret it, but it is one of those things that I like look back on and I'm like, maybe if I would have been a nurse, I would be definitely making more money than I am now. But yeah, I mean, you just got to do what you love, and con eso, I mean, that should be enough. I feel, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you do, it's going to lead you somewhere. Mm-hmm. Anything you do, whether it's good or bad. I mean, no, try to do good things, right?
Yeah.
But what was the craziest thing you did at a Texas State trip?
Craziest thing? Oh, yeah, y'all were there.
Oh, yeah?
Y'all were there, right, when we went to Vegas?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I say it?
I don't know what you did, though.
Pues what did we all do?
I forgot about Vegas.
You mean you forgot about Vegas?
I
we
blacked
all
out. I
we
blacked
we
out
got
most of
okay.
the
So
Dang.
story time. We were walking on the strip. I know me and Alicia. I don't know if Alondra was, and Samantha was, but I know for sure me and Alicia were drinking because we were stopping at the frozen margaritas or whatever place.
Those things are tall.
Yeah. Fat
The big
Tuesdays? Is that what it was called? Something like that. Fat Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And we're there getting our drink on and stuff. And then what happens that we end up bumping into this guy that's like giving brochures with pictures of chicks and shit. Get free ride and this and that or whatever to the strip club. So I guess pues nos ponimos de acuerdo and we all took a van to the strip club. That was the craziest thing I had ever done. Yeah. Go to a strip club with college freshmen también. And
Yeah, we were all 19.
that was probably like y'all's first time también. For some of you, I don't know.
For me, it was.
For you, it was.
For me, it was.
Well, I
Alexis
mean-
is like, I've been going since I was like 16, man.
Well, I mean, there's
But he sure acted like it was.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was the craziest, if anything. During a trip, for me, definitely doing that. And what happened that he ended up driving us everywhere that night, right? Like, he instead of just to the strip club, he was like, no, I'll just drive y'all around town.
Mm-hmm.
He got a badass tip, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're all tipping him like 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, what was his name?
I don't remember his name.
Like
Melvin, right?
Melvin?
Melvin. Yeah.
Marvin.
Was
Oh,
it
no.
Melvin?
Was
Marvin.
it Marvin the Martian?
It might have been Marvin. Yeah, there you go. It's Marvin.
I remember Alicia was telling him Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was the
guess.
craziest of anything.
That's the craziest.
I think, yeah.
Remember when we saw Hugh Hefner?
Y'all saw Hugh Hefner?
At the same
Yeah.
hotel. Well, he owns the hotel that we stayed at.
Really?
The Palm, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Is there, like,
But I
these
remember Stevie
Oh,
like
no.
took a picture of him or something,
Oh,
and when one of the bodyguards came up, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to delete that."
oh
And Stevie was like, He had to do it like right in front of him.
I'm just remembering
But that
Stevie
was
at the
funny.
strip club.
Oh.
The smile on his face.
Remember that how tall that girl was? And he was just following her. Like,
Yeah.
Where's
like-
Stevie when you need him?
like,
Yeah.
Y'all need to interview Stevie too.
Dude, so many times that I try to get
Yeah.
him and he's just like, yeah. And then he just doesn't.
Yeah.
I want to know what was going through his mind at that moment because he looked super happy.
I know.
He was like,
Yeah.
I know we've talked about this trip on here, but I don't know if we've actually said that we were at this strip club.
No, we never brought it up.
"Oh, sorry."
We never actually said we were there.
Sorry, guys.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Obviously not with Rudie Lynn.
Usually we'll just say, "Oh yeah, we went to Vegas and it was crazy," and then just go to California.
Yeah.
In California,
Yeah.
I heard that some people were having a great time in California in the room. Like,
Dang, what the?
you know, what do Californians do? What's California known for?
Yeah, I went on a different
Go to
trip.
In-N-Out.
You went on a different trip? I'm sure you did.
I went on a different trip than the rest of you because I was
They went-
in my bed sleeping. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, somebody managed to have a, I don't know how you can say, not a
They went to
special
In-N-Out.
guest, but like, yeah, that stuff. That's totally non-violent, guys.
It was perfectly legal.
Yes, perfectly legal.
Was it legal? This is
Yeah, I think it is.
2016.
Over there it is.
2016.
Oh, I don't know.
This is 2016.
Plus, it was easy for them to get it. I mean, and then the alcohol that's sold, that I remember seeing, like going to the 7-Eleven, and we see that there's bottles like of liquor being sold at the convenience stores. I was like, ala. So it's like a liquor store in the convenience store, and it was like that in all of them. And I was like, what? We don't have this in Texas.
Yeah, we got our own liquor store.
Yes.
That was a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I think it was also different for me because I think, Matt and I have talked about this, but not in detail, or maybe not even on the podcast. But it's because at that same time that's when I had to find a place to stay for the summer. And I was like, all freaking out. I ended up subleasing Alondra's apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a whole big mess. But actually, she just got engaged, right?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. So it's congratulations to
Yes.
her.
I'm so happy for her.
Yep.
She out there in Kyle, right?
Yeah.
That's great. But there was that time when we went to Del Rio.
Oh, yes.
And somebody crashed the bus,
I remember that.
but nobody told Lopez.
Yeah. Who was driving?
It was
Rolando.
Yeah.
It was who? Alondra?
Rolando.
Ah, rolling.
It wasn't that bus because I think it was just me rolling.
We were all stuffed in there like sausages.
But it was like after the show, and then they kept trying to give us the drinks, and then I forgot who asked, but somebody asked Lopez, like, "Hey, can we have the drinks and take them to the hotel?"
They asked him.
Yeah, well, I mean, because they were gonna take them, but then they didn't want Lopez to find out, so they actually asked Lopez if they could take all the drinks.
Oh, I think we went, like, if we could go to the store or something, or no?
No, because all the drinks were there at the venue, and they were gonna give it to
They
us.
gave it to us in ice chest.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody asked Lopez if we could have them. I don't know who it was.
No, me acuerdo.
Those trips were fun trips. Right?
Yeah.
But then 2016 came. You didn't do mariachi fall of 2016.
No, because I was getting ready to finish. I think the last thing I did with M&G was in the summer of 2016. We had like a performance or something, and that was my last one.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was
'Cause I was getting ready to graduate and stuff. So
the 2015 year. That was a fun year. We did Vargas, we did Carmentea, and the Pupurri
yeah.
something, and I don't remember the name. Then you sang Dos Arbolitos.
Yes.
That was nice. Man, Lopez would get so mad at us. whenever we would mess with the cord. How could I'm just like, how do you hear that? He would hear everything. So then after all your mariachi time, because you what year did you graduate?
2017.
In the fall?
Yes.
The fall of 2017. And you pretty much stopped mariachi fall of 2016,
Yeah.
like performing like full time with the group.
Mm.
What was that last year and a half like?
Definitely different. I was already working as a substitute teacher or a guest teacher for Hasty ISD. So I was getting in my experience from teaching and stuff, like to build up my resume aparte from, finishing my degree and stuff. What else was I doing at that time? Helping out different programs and stuff, get ready for their competitions. And I still was involved in mariachi. It just wasn't playing.
Yes, you didn't even do gigs out there, right?
Mm-mm.
Like at all. I don't think you really played.
I think I only played once with one group. I don't remember their name, but it was at Mr. Taco, I think. Is it Luling?
With Bobby?
Yes.
With Bobby?
Oh, you played it.
Lots
with
of tequila.
Bobby. You played it.
There was
Yeah.
definitely lots of tequila there.
What was it? Magallanes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had never drank while on the job, like until I met that man.
Yeah, I've never played with him, but yeah, I've been.
I don't think I've ever seen him sober.
Yeah, it was with him, with Amanda.
Amanda Guitarron player.
No, violin.
Oh, okay.
Sanchez.
Violin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Steve there? Guitarron.
Yes, I think so.
He likes to drink.
There's a lady there too. I forgot her name. I'm really bad with names. And then pues it was just that one time también. So I can't remember.
I remember I went one time. You called. I think this was the summer. Man, summer of 2016 or 17, where you were getting him ready for some competition, and you had asked me, somebody else, to kind of like clinician them, work with the middle school students. They were doing Cascabel. It was
For Zapata or where?
no, it was
It was there in
Chapa?
Wallace. Yeah, in Wallace. Yeah. It was in the summer. We had a little summer camp. We're looking for instructors. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't go for that because I think it was like a week. Because I was taking summer school, but I did go one. It was like a weekend or something where you're getting them ready for something, and they played Cascabel.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like a competition.
That or probably, because I don't know. They weren't competing that much, or just yet. I think they were just going for performances at first when I was there with them. I think towards the end is when they started competing. Like they actually went for Vargas and stuff. Yeah, actually, yes, towards the end. 2017, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to Vargas that year. They did. I think they did do Cascabel that year.
Who's the director for your name?
Ivan?
Yeah, Ivan.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Uh-huh.
There was Suroeste. She never tried to get you to go Suroeste?
Yeah, and she's still asking me, not just Suroeste, but for me to go that way. But pues, como te digo, like I was mentioning to you before we started, is the certification process that I'm in. So I have to be certified before I can get a position as a for sure teacher.
So you've been what are they called like right now?
Intern.
Oh, you call you an intern?
I'm an intern with teacher pay because of the governor. He issued it out during the whole COVID thing. I guess what was going on was that a lot of people were leaving teaching. And so they needed teachers. So they're allowing interns to get the teacher pay because usually you don't get the teacher pay or you don't even get paid at all. But that's what I did this year with La Jolla. With JD Salinas Middle School is where I'm at, or was. Now I'm going to go to Juarez Lincoln.
It's a high school.
Yes.
I know that because I'm from here. Juarez Lincoln, they're okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know the levels of any of the high schools in the valley anymore because I haven't heard these competitions in so long. It surprised me, my high school, because I saw my director recently. He told me they got sweepstakes at UIO. I was like, really? My high
I
school was
saw
bad.
that. I think I saw that.
Yeah, Rowe High School. And it was very surprising because I don't know if you heard how many they took. It was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the?
They definitely lowered a lot of standards because of the pandemic and everything. That's for sure. I'm sure, you got to work with what you have. And if you can at least do the bare minimum, do it. But I'm pretty sure it was the same situation for a lot of schools that they had very little members.
Yeah,
It definitely wasn't the same.
a lot of kids just didn't come back.
Yeah, definitely not. Or they stayed in vacation mode in spring break.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, because you've been a teacher for the past. How long were you there at the middle school?
This one, the one that I'm at right now,
Yes.
or which one?
The one that you just left.
JD Salinas. I started in August, and my contract is up with them this August.
So you just started. When you started, it was already in the whole pandemic.
Mm-hmm. I literally taught virtually the entire year.
Did you ever go to the campus?
Yes, and probably a total of 10 times. Because by the time we were allowed to go back, that's probably how many days. Oh, no. Miento. We had gone back April. So I was there all of May and on campus, but not teaching my students or anything like that. The way that it worked out for us, at least in our district, once they were allowing students to come back in, those students would be assigned to a classroom for the entire day. So they wouldn't move classes. They'd learn virtually from their classroom.
What?
Yep.
So
yeah.
What would they like? Were their lectures pre-recorded, or what would they?
No, it's just they put on headphones, open up their iPads or their laptops, and log in. And just sit there the entire day. Have lunch in the classroom.
So what were the teachers doing?
The teachers were watching them, if anything, and teaching from their desks, or if not from the hallway, like I was. Elective teachers had to teach from the hallway, or they had to change classrooms every 2 periods to go watch another classroom, like to watch somebody's class during their conference period or during their PLC time, which is like the planning period for the teachers. So every teacher has their own conference and PLC. And the way that, and their lunch, right? Their little breaks or whatever you could call them. So whenever there's not a teacher there, an elective teacher was there. And when there is a teacher there, the elective teachers have to stand by in the hallway or... So yeah, when I said I didn't teach, I did not teach. I didn't... It sucked. I felt so useless and unproductive.
Hey, Matt, would you want to be in high school now?
Oh, absolutely not. I was telling Claire, my girlfriend, that I'm glad that we graduated, even college already.
Yeah.
When the pandemic hit, I still had half a semester left before I actually graduated. But my girlfriend's a teacher also, and she had to go through the same thing, where she even taught just like in a room by herself on the computer, and all these students are on the computer. Sometimes she would have like 1 or 2 in the class or 2, but that's it. It just sucks for all of us, I guess.
Yeah, my program is 98 kids, and maybe only 10 kids actually logged in.
Wow.
Or let me put the cap at 15 then. Let's say 15 kids throughout the entire year that actually logged in. Maybe a handful of those were actually interested in the content.
Oh.
So that actually, like, came to the school, picked up an instrument, went home, logged in during a sectional after school, like virtual sectionals, and tried learning their instrument, as a sixth grader, let's say. As a seventh grader and eighth grader, like eighth grade was like nobody logged in for eighth grade. Like hardly anybody logged in for eighth grade. That one was really tough. A lot of it was because they were transitioning from orchestra to mariachi. So these kids were used to playing their instruments that they were already assigned to the year before. So then they're being taught something else, and they're like, "Nombre, like, nah, miss." I got a nambe miss the first week of school. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
That's real.
Yeah,
It's not just a meme.
yeah, no, it is very real.
Who did I sent this picture to some guys in Austin recently because my first day back here I was in Donna, and then I was just parked in this place where they sell like tacos de vapor, and so there's like this SUV parked in front of me, and someone had just graduated like high school. So, they had like congratulations in the year. They spelled it CUHH Julations. RGB 956. This congratulations.
Oh my gosh!
Like congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations.
La raza.
So yeah,
Puro 956.
I look at your diploma.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
It's
I still don't have mine.
dusty. You still don't have yours?
What?
No,
Why?
because I have parking tickets
Oh God. Yeah,
at Texas State.
they will withhold your.
They keep sending you emails. They're like, "Do
Degree.
not reply," but you have a hold on your account.
Yeah. If you have a hold, you will not receive your.
I can't get my
Papelito.
transcripts or my diploma.
No mames.
It's $110.
No más.
Dang. Where did you park?
I know.
Like
What was it, like 45 every ticket?
President's spot. It's $40 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And I got
45.
2.
I remembered I'd always park in front of the music building in the faculty parking. Or if not, behind
I
the
would
music
park-
building in that little parking spot next to the security guard.
Mm.
I would park there and I'd go to class, and luckily I hadn't never gotten a ticket while parked there.
I would never get a ticket there, except for, I don't know if you remember this, because I just remember random things. But it was 2015, around Vargas time, when we were going to get our trajes for M&G.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like late at night on a weekday, maybe like a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing you because I was walking out of that parking lot, and you were just circling around that same area. And then you saw me, and then you're like, "Hey, do you want to drive my car while I go get my traje?" And I was like, "Nope," because I had to get my traje. And not only that, I parked in a handicap.
Oh.
And I never get a ticket that day. It's like somebody was just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
It was like $300.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
Jeez.
And I was in the music building for like 15 minutes.
I believe it.
I was
I've
like,
gotten towed. I've gotten towed before. I've gotten the freaking aquí in Pan Am. I've gotten the, what's it called, the thing that they put on the tire.
your boot?
Yeah, the boot. I've gotten that. In San Marcos, I got towed once, and it was because I didn't know that they were watching or anything like that. But I had parked. It was like the first semester that I was there. I was like, no, but I'm gonna park at Mocha's, like in that area,
Yeah, you can't
that
do that.
parking spot, whatever. And I go to class. I come back out, and my car is gone. I was like,
Apparently they pay people to sit there
yeah,
and watch for students parking.
yeah. That's what I've heard.
That's crazy. I used to park at Rolly's apartment up that hill to go to the music building
Oh,
because he would give me a parking pass and I would park there and then run down the hill.
Yeah, Odd Park at close by there. Yeah, actually around the same spot, just in a different apartment complex. But man, it sucked going up that hill.
yeah. Yeah.
All the way up that hill. Oh, those hills. How were those stairs when you first got to Texas State? From UTPA, where you can see the end of campus from the other side.
I know.
It's all flat. And then Texas State, you can't see
Mountain.
past the next building.
Yeah, no. That was definitely but I got cabs out of it, that's for sure. But not anymore, right? But yeah, that was definitely like I was telling you, just going up the hill alone from Sesame, going up to the music building was my lungs. Like they just couldn't, because I was allergic to the cedar and stuff, and I had asthma. That developed my asthma even more being there. I would literally walk out of my apartment and I'd start choking on the air.
Jeez.
So then I'd be walking up and it'd be like all muggy and stuff, and I'm like, like literally.
And Quintero's like, okay.
Miss
let's go
Quintero was just always on my ass about it. She was like, you need to go do this, you need to go do that, get checked, buy another inhaler, this is that.
Yeah, it's bad.
She's like, I can hear it in your voice just with you talking.
I remember when I competed for Vargas in 2018. That was like the day that I actually got sick. I guess like with the cold or something, and my voice started going out, and she was like freaking out when that happened. She heard my voice, her eyes got big. She's like,
do you remember when my voice went out at what's it called in California?
Oh yeah.
Was it like that? Did it happen to you like that?
It was like
you were
that.
starting to go
Like
mute,
I was
right?
done. Yeah, I was done. Like it was really bad. I couldn't. My notes, I was all over the place. Everything. I was struggling so much. But the days leading up to that, I was perfectly fine. And then the day of, like, I get sick. I'm like, what the hell? And she was upset. Like, she was mad.
She probably thought you weren't taking care of yourself.
That was stressful. Yeah. Probably. But
probably weren't. How many gigs did you do that week?
I know. Did you rest at least?
Oh, dude. Actually, yeah. I gigged late the night before. Because we had a planta. we did Talon till like 2 a.m.
Wow.
It was bad.
That's when you were playing with Israel, right?
I was with Israel, so he worked a lot that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, she takes that really serious.
Yeah, Texas State hasn't had someone play so in a while. In Vargas.
Yeah.
Voice, yeah.
I don't remember when the last time. 20.
I think Sam did, no? And Alondra?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they did. But did anybody go 2019?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, thanks. Did anyone play 2018 when you went, man?
No, not from Texas State, no. Because the only ones were me and Lizette. And we didn't place.
Yeah, I think that was... You competed a couple of times, right, Rudie? Or twice?
I've competed a total of 3 times.
How many times with Texas State?
Once.
It was once.
Yeah.
That was that 2015?
El Jinete.
2014. El Jinete.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was you went in your MNG track.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You didn't want to do a whole big show.
I didn't have money, bro.
just get the
Same.
I mean, I didn't really have money. I didn't
nice
really
little white
know what to
fluffy
wear.
dress.
I just did whatever I was told. Like, really.
Where you should have worn like your prom dress or something.
The one that I gave Alicia that I never got back. She still has it. No, it's okay. No, at least it's safe. As long as it's safe, and that's fine. It can always be turned into another kind of dress, I would say. That dress, you could do anything with it. The colors are there. But yeah, no, I didn't really have money to like spend or splurge on, a new traje or a dress of some sort.
That's what I didn't like about the competition. They would.
It's becoming,
It'd be like, what are you gonna wear?
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People are putting in their money into it. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. We had Carlton on back in October, and it was crazy to think, but he's the last male best in the U.S. That was a long time. What was like 2013,
Yeah.
the year before you competed?
Yeah.
And what were the other times you competed? Was that
I competed once with Pan Am. I sang Demasiado Herida, and my female group that me and my sister had were the ones that backed me up for that one. They played with me. And then before that, it was in high school. It was my very first time. It was my senior year, and I was singing Déjame by Juan Gabriel. So like if you, like back then we used to have to record ourselves with like a studio recording, like on a CD, and submit it for our auditions. So I lost those CDs, so I don't have them anywhere. Yeah. But I remember listening, the last time I had listened to one of them, it was the one for Déjame, and you could just hear the difference in my voice from when I was in high school to college, like to the studio recording for El Jinete. It's just like, how did I even get accepted into Vargas when I was in high school? Like, I thought that of myself, right? I'm my worst critic. But yeah, like it was one of those things I was like, damn, like Miss Quintero really did, improve my voice and range and everything. She's a
Did she ever
beast.
tell you to breathe from your back?
From my back? I think if anything, that's one of those visualizations. It's used as for you to visualize how to expand your diaphragm, if anything. Because a lot of times, I mean, that's something that we as vocal teachers try to say or do to get you to fix your shoulders coming up when you're breathing in. So a lot of people breathe in like this or from their chest, and you just see their chest rising instead of their stomach inflating.
Yeah.
But yeah, did
That
she tell
habit.
you that or what?
Nah, but who would say that? Samantha, I think, would always be saying stuff like that.
Well, it's a rib cage thing, I think. Like expanding the rib cage and posture. Definitely posture is a big key.
But so, what did you do after graduation for Texas State? Where'd you go?
I went to Zapata. Back home.
There, chilling for a bit
No, I taught there. They were waiting for me to go back.
at the high school, or
High school and middle school.
wherever. You didn't want to stick around.
I didn't have the opportunity that I had here over there.
So was it better here?
Definitely. As far as advancement in my career, yes. Financially, yes. Yeah, it was one of those things. It sucked. I bawled when I was telling my students. My students were crying with me too. But they understood, which is a good thing. It was that they were understanding of my decision and had nothing to do with them. A lot of it is like when you go back home, you're at your parents', and then your parents are getting older and they're going through their own stuff. And like, it's just family dynamics are different in each family, right? My case was just one of those things that was, I needed to get away from, and don't get me wrong. I love my parents to death, but I don't love them enough to put up with toxic environments and stuff like that, So I ended up having to kind of like leave and come over here. And this was like a last minute thing. Like you said, you came back home and it was completely unexpected, right? I came over here and it was unexpected. I just came over here to visit my sister and my nieces and stuff, if anything. And I ended up getting a job out of it. I got offered the position before I even applied for it. And I got told to apply for it. So I was like, well, maybe I should. And I brought up that whole internship thing, the waiver, to my HR over there. And unfortunately, they were unable to accommodate me. So I had an offer I couldn't refuse here. So I came over here. But in my time in Zapata, I definitely feel content and satisfied with the work that I put in over there with those students. And because to this day, I still keep in contact with them. They still ask me for advice. And I think that's really something that's very rewarding as a teacher, is that when your students have the confidence to still ask for your help, even though you're not really their teacher anymore. You know, but that's just me.
And how was so you've been here in the Valley since what, 20
Since 2020, since it's already been a year since I got here. I got here say at the end of the school year last year, May, was when I was staying with my sister, just like chilling and stuff, like visiting family or whatever, taking care of the kids, helping her take care of them. And it was just like within a couple weeks, like the decision was made for me to just stay. I stayed at her place for a little bit, and then I ended up getting my apartment, got some furniture, and yeah, been here since.
Valley's a nice place.
It is.
You know, it is turning into like small version of like Austin or something like that, especially with there's a new toll road being made right in the middle. The highways expanding, and all the new companies coming because of SpaceX and
Yep.
And I've been seeing Teslas
Yep.
around here, and I'm like, whoa, I've never seen Teslas over here.
Yeah, I think definitely it's a lot different from the last time I lived here, for sure. As even Edinburgh, like I went to Edinburgh just driving around with Jonathan, and I was like, what happened? Like, where did all these places come from? Like, I didn't even know that there was a North Ware Road, like going all the way to Monte Cristo.
Oh yeah.
Like all of that area, like I drove through and I was like, wow, I had never seen this side of town. And now there's like a whole new like Tres Lagos. Have you heard of that place? Like, yeah, that's super nice. I want to live there. If anything, I want a house there, but they're crazy expensive. But yeah, like we've been looking into like buying a house and stuff and just seeing where we're gonna plant our, ourselves and stuff.
Well, Matt, you should move down to the Valley.
Hay mucho jale.
I'm down for it.
Hay mucho jale, that's for sure.
You can get
I'm down for
cons. You can get cons. Matt likes cons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you come down?
I love cons. Twice.
Twice. Oh, okay.
Last time was in 2019, just before the pandemic. I think it was. I'm sorry, was it 2020? For Festiva.
Do you have a charger?
Festiva happened, and right after that, the pandemic hit. I think soon after we got back, like a few days later.
Sorry, it's because I like whispered, "Do you have a charger?" And it's like you could still hear me. I heard myself, but
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
oh, okay.
Is it running out of charge?
Yeah, I was running out of battery. My phone.
It's
My phone is
close.
too, actually.
well, actually, I mean, we're getting kind of close to.
Okay.
How
I
much?
have 3% left, so hopefully it doesn't die.
Dang.
You have an
I have
iPhone.
9.
You have an iPhone. iPhone lasts forever. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
But so what do you got? What do you got coming up soon, Rudie Lynn?
As far as what, like
Oh.
the year that's
What are
coming.
you getting?
and-
What are you getting for dinner? I don't know.
Oh, for dinner, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for dinner.
Yeah.
No, plus like I said, I'm taking on new challenges and new. It's because like I found myself in a kind of like not midlife crisis, but like just what like I
25.
mentioned before, just reevaluating everything, and just taking on new challenges, things that make me feel like I said this whole year, being a teacher virtually, a music teacher at that, and then starting a program from the ground up virtually. It was like a big, like, it knocked me off. Like, it really did. And it just made me feel like so unproductive and useless and stuff. So I have been seeking second, I guess, little side things, jobs or whatever, just to like keep me busy, because I cannot function if I'm not busy. You know, like I can't just be sitting at home doing nothing. And well, aside from that, I'm playing with Azucenas, and that's a really great opportunity that came up for me since I've been playing with them since December. And we just got our new trajes. They're going to be turquoise with silver. So I'm excited for that. A lot of performances coming up, definitely. And just the school year, I'm going to be changing schools to Juarez Lincoln and hopefully help with the program there.
That's good. You'll be staying busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck there, Rudy.
Thank you.
Yeah. It'll be it'll be good. It's something new, working with some high school kids there, and you'll be able to see them in person, right?
Yeah. That, and I'm also some people have been inquiring with me for like lessons and stuff to be an instructor in their studio or something, like a vocal studio or music academies or whatever, like little music camps that have been going on here in the Valley. I've had people call me asking me, so I'm gonna see how that goes. If si me toca uno, pues I'll go and do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be good.
The
Let's
music
see.
never stops with me.
If this should be the one.
Uh-huh.
What? Yay!
Let's see the other one.
Where's the crickets?
I think.
No. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh,
¿Y eso?
that's the outro.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you never heard it?
Very nice. It's nice. It's very nice.
Show her the Easter egg.
Oh, the Easter egg. You should be able to hear it at the end.
Easter egg, like Marvel.
Yeah, kind of. But it still got like 40 seconds left. But no, I mean, this is pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty much the end of the show. Just want to say, well, I mean, yeah, well, we had this great episode with the Rudie Lynn. I've been trying to have Rudie Lynn for a while. And we'll see what other guests we
No me
get,
chiveas, no.
or how else we can make this work. But yeah, I'll be living in the Valley until, I don't know, sometime. Find a job somewhere or find something here.
Yeah.
And listen,
You left me.
At the very end, or what?
did you hear it?
At the very, very end,
Uh-huh.
like somebody talking.
Yeah,
What was that?
that was me.
What
What'd
was
you say?
that?
I said I was a little off. And,
It was the both of us.
you said that too?
Yes.
I don't remember. No, yeah, it was 'cause we were recording and in Noel at his place, and then I finished playing. We finished, and then I talked, and he was like, "Why'd you talk?" And then we just left it in there. But that was yeah, that was the end. I tried to wrap it up before, but I couldn't.
No.
No, yeah. This is what episode is this? 2, season 3, episode 2. Los Mariachi Sagas. You got anything else you want to say, Matt?
Nothing. Just good luck, Rudie Lynn. I'm sure you'll do great in your
Thank
next
you.
adventure. And I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, it's,
I've been waiting to watch the new season.
it's my boyfriend's shirt.
Yeah.
But I've been watching it.
You
Like
watch-
he got
you
me
watch
into it.
Rick and Morty?
Yeah, he got
They're
me into it
hilarious.
though.
love
I
that
like it.
stuff.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right, but now I'm gonna try to figure out how we can go live, even though different places. I know it's possible. I don't know. It takes work.
Yeah.
Sí se puede.
Awesome. And I mean, I'll be in Austin this weekend. Still gotta work. And the next weekend, I'll be at a friend's wedding in New Braunfels. So I'm still gonna be going to that area for the next few weeks. And I say just thanks to all the people that offered to help me throughout the whole thing. It was very sudden, and I wasn't expecting it. And I had already had the whole month planned out, July and everything, and it just happens.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Things happen. I mean, just got to learn how do I say, adjust and adapt to whatever challenges come your way, and
Yeah.
take it day by day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be all good. All right, then I guess I'll see you later. All right. Come
Bye,
on.
Matt.
Bye.
Bye.
Mariachi Sagas.